If you've started to feel a new sense of fragility in your body, the kind that makes you want to pull back and not push forward, I want you to take a deep breath because today I'm going to share with you 3 ingredients for an independence recipe that will help you build resilience and not resignation. Welcome to Healthy Habits, Stronger You. I'm Katie, and I help women over 40 cut through the noise, build habits that stick, and get stronger with simple, sustainable strategies for movement, mindset, and nutrition. So, this topic came about because I was talking with a friend the other day who is caring for her elderly parents as she has watched them lose their independence. She has moved them from her childhood home into an apartment and then into assisted living, and has just watched them over time start to lose their ability to care for themselves. And normally she's very upbeat and focused on caring for them and focused on keeping her strength up so that she can do that. But in this conversation, she just said, I don't know if any of this is preventable. Am I just looking at my future, or is there any way to prevent this? And it hit me hard as well because I am feeling this new sense of fragility, especially in this last year than I did before as I go further into some of the changes of perimenopause. And I'm starting to feel like I have more plaguing injuries. I'm fighting a shoulder injury that came out of nowhere. And it really did hit me. And it is easy to get into this feeling of despair. If I'm feeling this way at 46, what is it going to be like when I'm 76? But I'm going to say to you today the same thing I said to her in that conversation. And that is that, while we cannot control things that are out of our control, we can't control the future, but we can control how we prepare for it. We can do the things that haven't come natural to our parents. We can work towards independence in ways that they didn't. And then the things that come our way, but we know that we have prepared ourselves for it. So today, I want to share with you 3 ingredients for that independence recipe, and they are focused around 3 key pillars that I truly believe are so important in your movement practice, and that is mobility, balance, and strength. Just to spend a second on why we feel this way in our mid-40s and beyond, and especially in a certain portion of that perimenopause menopause journey. And that is because we start to lose our estrogen, and our estrogen levels, our hormone levels are shifting and changing. And estrogen is protective for your body, it's protective for your muscles, your joints. It's not just a reproductive hormone, but it is protective for your bone density and so many aspects of health and healthy living. And so as we enter into this phase, we just need to shift how we are caring for our bodies and be much more intentional about doing the things that keep us strong. So the reason for these 3 key ingredients, the first being mobility, I've shared it in another recent video talking about lubrication for your joints, keeping your body moving smoothly through full range of motion. That's going to keep you able to remain independent and protect your body. The second being balance. As we start to lose our estrogen, our hormones shift, our body's sense of where it is in space can be thrown off. And in general, working your balance is a use or lose skill. And so if we're not intentionally working our balance, then we can lose the ability to balance, which then leads to risk of falls, risk of injury, and that just starts a path towards less independence. And then the third being your strength, your muscles, your bones, your tendons, making sure that everything is primed and ready to take on the needs of your day. So whether that's being able to carry your own luggage on a trip, or carry your groceries, or just manage the day-to-day things that you have to do, we want to make sure that we're building that strength. So beyond just telling you about these 3 pillars of independence and ingredients for an independence recipe, I want to share with you some practical tests that you can do to test where you are on these things. And the first is going to be for your mobility. And that is starting kneeling on the floor and being able to get up to standing from a kneeling position without using your hands. That is a great baseline. If you can do that and that is easy for you, next we're going to practice getting up and down fully from a seated position on the floor. Maybe you have to use your hand or you have to grab onto something to help you out. But the ultimate goal would be to progress to being able to start from a cross-legged seated position on the floor, come up to standing without using your hands, and then also to sit back down on the floor. That's a great test for both mobility and stability of your ankles, knees, and hips, and the strength required to be able to lift you up and put you down. The second one is a balance test, and that is simply being able to stand on one leg, starting out maybe 10 seconds without having to put your foot down or reach out and touch a wall to support you, hopefully building up to 30 or 45 seconds or up to a full minute. Once that is too easy for you, you can try closing your eyes. That's going to add an element of your body really not knowing where you are in space, or moving your head from side to side. When you pick something to focus on, that helps you be able to balance. But if you can hold your balance while you're not focused on any particular viewpoint around the room, then you're going to add an additional challenge to that one. So these are ways to progress even these simple mobility, balance, and strength tests. The third one is going to be testing your lower extremity strength and endurance, and that is with squats and wall sits. And this is so important because your leg strength, your lower extremity strength, is a way of testing overall strength for your body and being able to support and prevent falls. And so first we're going to start with 10 body weight squats. If you can do those, no problem. Then you're going to progress to doing a wall sit with your back flat against the wall and your thighs parallel to the floor, starting maybe at 10 seconds, building up to 45 seconds to a minute. And this is a great way to be able to progress that one as well and really test the resilience and the strength and endurance of your legs. So if you use these tests, you can use them as a baseline to determine where you are today. And wherever you are is fine. It's never too late to start working on these things. If wherever your baseline is, the goal is just to get a little bit better over time. And then with the progressions, it does give you the right things to work towards. So these are 3 simple things to incorporate into your day. So again, if you have been feeling paralyzed by these feelings of being frail or a fear of getting old, I want you to take a deep breath. Don't let the things you can't control keep you from doing the things that you can control. And now you are armed with 3 simple moves that you can do daily to help keep you mobile, balanced, and strong. And remember, we're focusing on doing the right things, not more things. And every small habit you build leads to a stronger and healthier future you. I'll see you next time.